Oh there, mateys. Welcome aboard the Pirates vs. Werewolves podcast.
Arr!
Batten down the hatches and get ready for another thrilling pirate raid into the wild world of flash fiction.
Aye, Captain.
This week, we're setting our sights on not one, but two, count 'em, two incredible tales.
Two shiver me timbers.
Oh, aye. And these stories take figures you might think you know, like from history books and stuff.
Right.
And they add a twist, a real hair-raising twist, if you catch my drift.
Go on.
It's the supernatural, matey. We're talking about what happens when the world of myths and legends slams right into the history we thought we knew.
Fascinating.
And the best part, you, our loyal listeners, sent us these amazing flash fiction stories. So we're going to break them down, find the hidden gems, and, well, basically have a swashbuckling good time dissecting all the action and intrigue. Expect the unexpected, folks, because we're in for unlikely team-ups, secrets darker than Davy Jones's locker, and enough thrills to make even the bravest pirate shiver their timbers.
I'm already hooked. What are we waiting for? Let's set sail.
Full speed ahead. First up, we've got a flash fiction story called Silver Arrows. Now, everyone knows Robin Hood, right? The guy in Sherwood Forest, taking from the rich, giving to the poor, all that jazz.
A classic tale indeed.
But Silver Arrows throws a wrench in the works. A big furry wrench with fangs.
Ooh, intriguing.
Robin Hood and his merry men aren't just dealing with the Sheriff of Nottingham anymore. They've got something a bit more, how do you say, lutine to worry about.
Lupine, as in...
Werewolves, my friend. Werewolves in Sherwood Forest.
Now that's a twist I didn't see coming. Tell me more.
So, picture this. Robin's out doing his usual thing, patrolling the forest, when he hears these howls. But they're not ordinary wolf howls, oh no. These are different.
I can only imagine.
He goes to investigate and finds not just wolves, but werewolves, chained up, cursed.
Poor souls.
Right. And here's the thing. Robin, he's an outlaw, right? You'd think he'd steer clear of any trouble, especially the supernatural kind.
Makes sense. Why get involved in something so dangerous?
But that's Robin Hood for you. He sees these werewolves and he doesn't see monsters. He sees people in chains, victims. And that's when he decides to step in.
Sounds like Robin Hood, all right. Always standing up for the underdog, even if they happen to be a werewolf.
Exactly. And that's where we meet Greyback, the leader of these werewolves. He spills the beans on a wicked plot by none other than Prince John.
Prince John, that scoundrel. What's he up to this time?
Oh, it's worse than just taxes, my friend. Prince John is messing around with dark magic. He wants to weaponize the werewolf curse. Can you believe that?
Weaponize werewolves. That's a recipe for chaos.
You said it. So now you've got Robin Hood, the champion of the people, teaming up with a pack of werewolves to take down a tyrannical prince. Talk about an unlikely alliance.
I'm curious, how do Robin's merry men take this news? It must have been quite a shock.
Oh, they were a bit wary at first. You know, Friar Tuck saying his prayers, Will Scarlet looking a bit green around the gills. But these guys are outlaws, right? They're used to the unexpected. Little John, bless his soul, he was practically giddy at the thought of having werewolves on their side.
I can see him now cracking a grin at the thought of a good brawl.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
But here's what really matters. This partnership changes everything. Robin's fight isn't just about helping the poor anymore. It's about protecting these werewolves from being exploited, from being turned into weapons. It makes you think. When facing a common enemy, can even the most different folks find common ground?
It's a powerful message indeed, and it makes you wonder about the dynamics of this alliance. You have Robin, the master strategist, with his merry men all skilled with bows and arrows, and then these werewolves, creatures of instinct and raw power. How do they even begin to work together?
Well, that's the beauty of it. The story shows how they learn from each other. Robin with his clever plans and the werewolves with their strength and their senses, especially when the moon's full.
It's like blending two different fighting styles, each with its strengths.
Exactly. And their first target, the sheriff's tax collectors. Imagine that scene. Arrows raining down, guards panicking, and suddenly, out of the shadows, these fearsome werewolves appear. Talk about sending a message.
I bet rumors of Robin Hood's new allies spread like wildfire.
Oh, you bet they did. But of course, word gets back to Prince John, and he doesn't take it lying down. He's not the forgiving type.
What does he do?
He calls in the big guns, his alchemist. This guy is all about potions and experiments, and Prince John gives him a nasty task.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good.
Not good at all. He's ordered to create more werewolves. But not just any werewolves, mind you. He wants controllable ones, obedient ones.
So he's not content with the werewolves he already has in prison. He wants to manufacture more.
He wants an army of werewolves. The story even mentions new subjects, with these scared amber eyes. It's clear they're not willingly becoming werewolves, they're being forced.
That adds another layer to Prince John's villainy. It's not enough to exploit the afflicted, he has to create more suffering.
Exactly. So now, Robin and his pack aren't just fighting for freedom, they're fighting to stop this horrifying scheme. But things get really intense when they walk right into an ambush.
An ambush.
Yep. Prince John's men catch them off guard. It's a desperate situation. But then, as luck would have it, or maybe it's fate, the moon rises. Full moon. You know what that means for werewolves.
Full strength, unbound fury.
You got it. This ambush, as bad as it is, it actually forces Robin to make a bold move.
And what's that?
He decides to attack Prince John's castle directly. No more messing around.
A full frontal assault.
Full moon, full frontal assault. The story describes this battle so vividly. Arrows flying, werewolves tearing through defenses, utter chaos. It's a perfect example of how both sides, the outlaws and the werewolves, work together. Robin's strategy, the werewolves' raw power, it all comes together.
It's like a beautifully choreographed dance of destruction.
That's one way to put it. And remember, they're not just fighting for themselves, they're trying to free the other outlaws Prince John's locked up. It shows they're not just allies out of necessity, they actually share the same values.
It's a bond forged in the fires of rebellion.
Now, in the middle of all this mayhem, something incredible happens. It all centers around Greyback and that nasty alchemist. The alchemist manages to capture Greyback and is about to inject him with this glowing liquid, probably to control him.
Oh no, not Greyback.
But wait, just when all hope seems lost, a silver-tipped arrow flies out of nowhere, taking the alchemist down.
A silver-tipped arrow. Who fired that?
Robin Hood, of course, always thinking ahead. But here's the truly mind-blowing part. Freed from the alchemist's clutches, Greyback transforms. Not just into a regular werewolf, but a gigantic silver wolf. Huge, like the size of a horse.
Wow, a silver wolf. I've never heard of such a thing. What happens then?
Well, imagine seeing that on the battlefield. It terrifies Prince John's men, gives the outlaws a huge boost, and basically flips the whole fight on its head. Greyback, the one who was supposed to be controlled, becomes this symbol of defiance, of untamed power. It's like the story is saying that even when you're oppressed, you can find the strength to break free, to become something more.
It's a powerful image of liberation. But what about Prince John? Surely he doesn't just give up.
He tries to fight back, but it's no use. Robin, seeing his chance, takes aim and fires one final arrow, ending Prince John's reign of terror once and for all.
Justice prevails.
It does. And the story ends with this beautiful image. Dawn breaking over the ruined castle, the outlaws and the werewolves standing together. There's a bittersweet farewell between Robin and Greyback. You can tell they've developed a deep respect for each other.
I can see it now. A solemn nod between two unlikely comrades.
And then, just before Greyback disappears into the forest, Robin jokes about getting himself a silver-furred guard dog. It's like a little hint that maybe, just maybe, their paths will cross again someday.
I love that little touch of hope at the end. What a fantastic blend of classic adventure and supernatural thrills. Silver Arrows certainly packs a punch.
It really does. But more than just action and excitement, Silver Arrows has a lot to say about prejudice, about judging others before you really know them. Prince John saw the werewolves as monsters to be controlled, but Robin saw them as people who needed help. And in the end, it's their unity, their willingness to see past their differences that brings them victory.
It's a powerful reminder that strength can be found in the most unexpected alliances. But now, prepare yourself. We're hoisting the sails and setting course for a different time and place.
Aye, Captain. Where are we headed?
Feudal Japan. Our next flash fiction story, Sword and Fang, tells the tale of a legendary warrior, Miyamoto Musashi. You might know him as the brilliant swordsman and author of the Book of Five Rings.
Ah, Musashi, a true master of the blade.
Indeed. But this story reveals a hidden side to Musashi, a secret that might shock even the most seasoned history buffs. Brace yourself, because Miyamoto Musashi, the sword saint of Japan, is also a werewolf.
A werewolf samurai. Now that's something I gotta hear.
From the very first lines, Sword and Fang showcases Musashi's extraordinary swordsmanship. His skill is almost superhuman, hinting at a power beyond the ordinary. Then, bam! The story reveals his secret. The duality of man and beast, the disciplined samurai, and the untamed wolf within.
So it's not just about his sword skills, it's about this internal conflict, this struggle between two sides of himself.
Exactly. Imagine the inner turmoil of a warrior bound by honor and discipline, yet harboring a wild primal force within him. It makes you question how he reconciles these seemingly opposing natures.
It's like having a wild animal locked inside, always trying to break free. But in Musashi's case, his werewolf side doesn't just make him a berserker, it actually helps him.
How so?
The story explains how his werewolf instincts actually sharpen his senses, make it even more deadly with his sword. It's like his wolf side gives him this primal understanding of combat, of strategy.
So the curse becomes a blessing in a way.
It does. There are scenes where he's running with wolf packs at night, listening to these ancient voices that whisper tactics and strategies. It even suggests that these experiences influenced his famous book, The Book of Five Rings.
That's amazing. It makes you wonder if those cryptic passages about strategy have a hidden, more primal meaning, like the wolf within was guiding his hand as he wrote.
It's a fascinating idea, right? Maybe those profound insights weren't just from human intellect, but from something deeper, something connected to nature itself.
But Musashi's life wasn't all about battles and swordsmanship. He was also a respected figure, summoned to the emperor's court. How does his werewolf side play into that world of politics and courtly intrigue?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Imagine being surrounded by nobles, all with their smiles and hidden agendas, and you've got this heightened sense of smell, of hearing, of instinct. You can practically smell their lies.
It's like having a sixth sense, attuned to the undercurrents of power and deception. It must have given him a huge advantage in navigating those treacherous waters.
Oh, absolutely. He could sense danger, betrayal, even before it happened. The story even mentions a scene where his lord, a suspicious fellow, tries to test Musashi's strength, questions his lineage, all to undermine him.
Classic power play.
But Musashi, using both his swordsmanship and this uncanny awareness, manages to deflect those attacks without revealing his secret. It's like he's playing a dangerous game, but he's always one step ahead.
What's fascinating is how Musashi maintains control. He doesn't let his wolfish nature take over in those tense moments. He uses his samurai discipline to channel that inner beast, to use it to his advantage.
Right. It's not just brute strength, it's controlled power. He's a master of both the sword and the wolf within. And then there's this really touching part of the story where we learn about his adopted children.
Oh, yes. His pack, as the story calls them. They're not related by blood, but they're his family, his responsibility. It shows a different side to Musashi, a nurturing side.
Exactly. And it challenges that whole idea of what family means. It's not just about bloodlines. It's about the bonds you choose, the people you choose to protect. And for Musashi, his pack gives him strength, purpose. It grounds him.
It shows that even with this wild, supernatural side, he's still capable of deep love and connection. It makes him even more compelling as a character.
Agreed. And the story ends with this powerful image. Musashi leaving the court, his adopted children running beside him, and under the full moon, he lets out this incredible howl. But it's not a howl of anger or aggression. It's described as a warrior's promise.
Chills. What a way to end the story. What do you think it means?
To me, it's like he's accepting all parts of himself, the warrior, the protector, the beast within. It's a promise to stay true to himself, to his family, to his way of life.
It's a beautiful blend of the wild and the disciplined, the human and the supernatural, all coming together in one powerful moment. Sword and Fang truly paints a unique and unforgettable portrait of Miyamoto Musashi.
Well said. And there you have it, folks. Two incredible flash fiction stories that took us from Sherwood Forest to feudal Japan, all in one pirate raid. We saw Robin Hood team up with werewolves to fight for freedom, and we saw Miyamoto Musashi embrace his inner beast to become an even greater warrior. It's amazing what these short stories can accomplish.
It's a testament to the power of imagination. These authors took familiar figures and infused them with supernatural elements, creating stories that are both exciting and thought-provoking.
Exactly. And they really made us think about how we see the world, how we judge others, and how we define strength in family. Silver Arrows showed us that unity can come from the most unexpected places, and Sword and Fang taught us that sometimes our greatest strengths lie in embracing our differences, even the ones that seem scary or wild.
It's a valuable lesson we can all take to heart. Don't judge a book by its cover, or a werewolf by its fangs, as they say.
Now, before we weigh anchor and set sail for new adventures, we want to hear from you. What other historical figures would you like to see with a supernatural twist? A vampire Julius Caesar, a shape-shifting Cleopatra. Let your imaginations run wild, and who knows, maybe your idea will inspire the next great flash fiction story.
And don't forget to rate and follow the Pirates vs. Werewolves podcast for more exciting tales from the world of flash fiction.
Until next time, mateys, fair winds and following seas, bark.